Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about aggregate function with the group by clause in SQL Server environment. So aggregate functions such as count, average, min, max, and sum is basically used to summarize our data, whilst we use the group by clause to organize the data in a more meaningful way. So look at it. The group by clause will allow us to pass a condition by which we want our data to be organized on. This concept is very simple. There are some few rules that we'll have to follow or adhere to overcome any hurdle that we face when using aggregate function. Join me on the next screen and let's get this done once and for all. So to easily follow along with this example, I've created a very small database called Walmart database. You can find that in my Git repository. I'll put this link in the description box. So all you have to do, paste it in your address bar, run it, and it will take you here. Highlight and copy. Go back to your query editor, go ahead and paste it, highlight and execute. All right, so it's all done. We have our Walmart database created. Here we are, and this is the tables. All right, so we are going to use the sales table basically. To see the structure of that database, I have it right here. So I have a sales table. I have the customer table. I have employee tables, and I have the customer address history table, a product table, and inventory table. You can see all the relationship created. You can go ahead and take your time to review this design. All right, so let's go ahead and use sales table for this example. So this is our sales table. So in the sales table, we have a sales ID, employee ID, customer ID, product ID, sales date, quantity sold, amount sold, and payment method. So first, let's find the total sum of sales for our Walmart sales. All right, so to find the total sales, find total sales, select from. We are going to be selecting from our sales table, sales. So we just go ahead and select from sales. Then what are we selecting? We are selecting the sum. This is our aggregate function. We are passing the sum function to basically sum up and give us the total sales. So the total sales is going to come from the total amount attribute. So total amount as total sales. So this is what we have here. We just go ahead and run this, and this is our total sales. So what we have to realize here is that at this point we are not using group by, okay? And this is the only column that we are performing our aggregate function on. So we have a single column that carries the aggregate function. So we do not have to use our group by, and this is simply giving us the total sales of all our products. So let's get to the next phase where we need to categorize the data or organize the data by a specific condition. All right, so in this case we are going to find total sales by payment method. So all we are going to do here is we are going to try and categorize our total sales based on the payment method. So let's go ahead with our select. I'll do our from is just coming from a single table, sales. Then let's again look at the structure of our sales table. One more. So this is our sales table. This is the payment method. And if we go ahead and we pass select distinct, we select distinct payment is the payment method. From sales. It's payment method. All right, so let's look at the number of payment method that we have. We have 5 types of payment method. We have the bank transfer, cash, credit card, debit card, and online. So we are now going to categorize our total sales based on the payment method. So we have payment method. Anytime you pass the from ahead of the select, IntelliSense helps you to grab the column names very easy. All right, now we go ahead, apply our aggregate function. We say total amount, right? Total amount as total sales. Then we go ahead and group by the payment method. All right. So the assumption is that every sales that has been captured per a specific payment method is going to be aggregated, and we'll have our output as the total sales. So let's go ahead and run this. So this is the categorization by payment method. Yep. So these are total sales through the bank transfer, total sales that was made through cash payment, total sales that was made through credit card, total sales that was made through debit card. So I'm going to stimulate an error so that you will understand one of the most popular errors that you are likely to get when you do not apply your group by the right way. So let's go ahead and stimulate this error. So now I'm going to pass an extra column here. Let's look at the column that let's say quantity sold. Let's use quantity sold. All right, so I want to also see the quantity sold. So let's go ahead and run this. So now when I run this, we are going to run into errors, okay? But that is exactly what we want. Now we have this error, and this is a very popular error when you are using aggregate function with group by clause. It says that column sales.quantity sold is invalid in the select because it is not contained in either the aggregate function or the group by clause. Yes, so everything about group by clause and aggregate function is that any column that you declare in the select statement should either be a part of the aggregate function or should be a part of the group by clause, okay? And as much as you are adding up extra columns to your group by clause, your data organization changes, all right? Because the condition has also changed. We are grouping the data based on payment method and quantity sold. So our data categorization condition has changed, so it's going to affect our output. So all to take care of this error, all you have to do is to add the quantity sold. As it's not part of the aggregate function, it should be part of the group by condition. So let's go ahead and run this. Now we get a result set, but you see the result set is not at the same as what is at the top because the grouping condition has changed. So this is a very simple way of using aggregate function and group by. It is very, very intuitive and very easy. Take your time and try your hands on it. I'll also add a couple of questions in the description box. You can try your hands on it and always reach out to us for further help.